At this point, most people should have a pretty good understanding of what Planet X is.
Today's rabbit hole leads us to the outer regions of the solar system, where science, mystery, and mysticism converge in the deep, dark vastness of space, where nothing is certain and everything is speculation. New discoveries are being revealed daily. Today we arrive at the warnings to humanity that come from the past and present with eerie and similar themes. Throughout the course of human history, accounts of celestial events affecting Earth and humanity can be found. Numerous messages originating across human cultures, spanning the entire human race, warn of catastrophe. Of these accounts from ancient civilizations, religion, and mythology, despite their similarities and parallels to reality, are suppressed by scientists and mainstream media and regarded as conspiracy theory, pseudoscience, and pseudo-history. A major prophecy that is purposely and strategically downplayed by government entities, mainstream media outlets, and criminally organized religious organizations is a warning of a large celestial object, whatever it may be, coming in contact or proximity of the Earth, affecting humanity and the Earth's geological processes and composition. The mainstream media, government organizations, and criminal religious syndicates have purposely merged the definitions, theories, and myths and then mass communicated the information purposely to confuse and leave the unsuspecting public vulnerable and dependent on them for resources, protection, information, and hope. Then, through the media, Hollywood, government, disinformation, and programming complex attempts to debunk its own misinformation that it attributes to being originated by others and downplaying as conspiracy theory. Mainstream media has purposely and gradually over time merged the terms Niberu, Wormwood, and Planet X into one term. Google, the internet and intelligence arm of the media propaganda disinformation complex, has contributed to this by programming its search engines to pull up information on Niberu to purposely confuse researchers when Planet X is typed into the search engine. Planet X, Niberu, and Wormwood, although they refer to a celestial body, are individual terms and have different origins. The term Planet X has a definition on dictionary.com and on nasa.gov. The dictionary.com definition of Planet X is a planet beyond the dwarf planet Pluto, whose existence has been hypothesized but not yet confirmed. Notice this definition refers to speculation and assumption of the evidence of an object as hypothesis and not as conspiracy, pseudoscience, or pseudo-history. It simply defines the term as a hypothetical, unconfirmed planet beyond Pluto. The definition does not state that this hypothetical object is synonymous with Niberu or Wormwood. This proves that Google's search algorithm purposely combines the terms to confuse researchers and downplay the possibility of a planet beyond Pluto, and associate this with conspiracy theory. NASA's website has an entire page dedicated to hypothetical Planet X. Cal State researchers reveal mathematical evidence for a Planet X deep within our solar system. The calculations approximate the planet as a Neptune-sized and orbits the Sun in a highly elongated orbit far beyond Pluto. The website goes on to state that the announcement does not mean that there is a new planet in our solar system and that its existence is only theoretical. Immune from the classification of conspiracy theory, NASA uses its privileged protection to categorize Cal State's findings as theoretical or theory rhetoric. Where is the line drawn between theoretical and conspiracy theory? Who is the gatekeeper that deems one set of hypotheses theoretical while the other is deemed conspiracy? To me, it seems to be a conspiracy that only select organizations enjoy the privilege of never having their findings classified as conspiracy, while those same organizations get to determine what supposedly is and is not legitimate. I don't think that a modern organization that is just now understanding what ancient civilizations knew is in a position to judge anything. I have a theoretical hypothesis of my own. It goes like this. If these organizations struggle to see beyond Pluto, then why should I take what they say about the Milky Way and beyond as fact? In attempts to discredit the truth and alternative thought community, NASA, in collaboration with Google, has meshed separate terms into synonyms and altered the search algorithms to pull up misleading and interchanged information not specific to Planet X when searched. It's purposely and strategically hiding its own mathematical presumption of qualifying Planet X candidates deep within the search algorithm while returning information not specific to Planet X criteria or Cal State research through collaboration of Google, Wikipedia, NASA, the US, and Chinese government. Google and Wikipedia have almost successfully post-truthed the word Planet X into a synonym of Niberu and Wormwood, despite NASA's own admission of Caltech's mathematical evidence of a hypothetical Planet X. This is the problem with the government and mainstream media. They are allowed to run around as they please, touting nonsense while having no commitment to facts or even consistency. Space.com states clearly that a planet with a 3,600-year solar orbit would create instabilities inside of our solar system. If this is true, how can NASA on their website validate the Caltech estimates of a 10 to 20,000 year orbit with no noticeable effects on the current understanding of the solar system? Here is evidence of information bias, favoritism, and thought suppression. By definition, according to dictionary.com, Planet X would have to exist beyond the orbit of Pluto, qualifying it as a trans-Neptunian body. The only problem is that, as competent as these agencies claim to be, they actually have no idea what they are doing, especially when it comes to regions beyond Neptune. Pluto, the first trans-Neptunian object, was discovered in 1930. Failing to acknowledge the possibility of other trans-Neptunian bodies, as well as writing them off as conspiracy theory to suppress further independent thought and research. It was not until after a period of 62 years, in 1992, that a second trans-Neptunian body was found. Despite one find in 1930 and a second find 62 years later, somehow the number of trans-Neptunian objects has increased to 1,200 in our solar system. They expect us to believe that a 62-year span between the first and second discovery, and then accept that the number of discoveries now totals 1,200 with no change in technique. So for 62 years, with all of the brain and technology power, we are expected to believe that they just missed the other 1,198 objects for almost over a half century. But these are the organizations dictating what is conspiracy theory and what isn't. How could 1,198 large objects be missed for 62 years? Thus far, we have come to the following parallels. Google and Wikipedia have purposely and effectively combined the terms Planet X and Niberu into one term and entity to mislead independent research. Despite regarding Zecharia Sitchin's description of Niberu as pseudoscience, NASA acknowledges Caltech and other researchers' mathematical evidence of Planet X with an elongated elliptical orbit as legitimate. Planet X, Niberu, and Wormwood have been associated with apocalyptic interpretations of prophecies, most notably with a climactic impact to the Earth or a destructive flyby of Earth, causing sudden and devastating geological and weather changes. Earth destruction attributed to Niberu can be traced to the work of Zecharia Sitchin and his interpretation of Sumerian tablets. In his interpretation, he suggests Niberu is a planet beyond Neptune with a 3,600-year-long elongated elliptical orbit. Despite being dismissed by scientists and academics as a pseudoscientist and pseudo-historian, his proposal of a planet beyond Neptune with an elongated elliptical orbit is similar to Caltech's mathematical evidence. Sitchin's planetary collision theory, which is also regarded as pseudoscience, is similar to the giant impact moon formation hypothesis. A woman named Nancy Leiter is given credit for the Niberu Cataclysm event in 1995. The Niberu Cataclysm is a theory that a large planetary object will have a disastrous encounter with Earth. She believed that during the object's passing, the Earth would undergo a pole shift that would devastate humanity in May of 2003. In 2012, this event was resurrected as a result of the end date of the Mesoamerican long count calendar, which was associated with the 2012 phenomenon that inspired Hollywood's predictive programming film 2012. The Christian Bible in the Book of Revelations, chapter 8, verses 10 through 11, speaks of a great star blazing like a torch, falling from the sky and turning the waters bitter. The Bible refers to this object as Wormwood and prophesies that many people will die from the bitter water. Many movies, TV shows program our minds with the idea of a large object approaching or impacting the Earth. Despite being bombarded by this predictive programming, the scientific community completely discredits all of these things as conspiracy theory, despite many parallels to their own findings. What are they hiding? Why are they trying to confuse people? Make no confusion of this. Something is happening, a change in our solar system. In 1930, Pluto, the first TNO, was observed. Then, for 60 years, nothing, until the next one appeared. Now, there are over 1,200 of these things floating around in the far regions of the solar system, with unorthodox orbits, flight patterns, and appearances. Despite the statements of not having to worry about a planetary impact, these TNO are the size of small planets and could cause a disaster and catastrophe with a near miss or impact. How do we know if the increasing number of these things is a result of improved technology or the objects responding to some movement or force of attraction within our solar system? Out of nowhere, an interstellar object that we have never seen before and was previously undetected, called Oumuamua, will be passing through the solar system soon, and the Apophis asteroid will be approaching us in 2029. Despite this consolidation of objects into our solar system, the science community regards impacts and near misses as pseudoscience, yet attributes exactly that to the Ice Age and extinction of dinosaurs and glass found in deserts. If there is nothing to worry about, why is Elon Musk tweeting asteroid impact warnings and President Trump creating a space branch of the military? The veil is lifting and the coded realities of this matrix are becoming clear. Predictive programming and subliminal messaging softens the masses to tolerate certain concepts and through the use of words. The Navy has been disclosing UFO sightings and they have been broadcasting them in the media at an increasing frequency. The term invasion and aliens have been used to describe the crisis at the border. Well, here's some food for thought. 1930, 1 TNO. 1992, 2 TNOs. Currently, over 70,000. If that doesn't sound like an invasion, then I don't know what does.